Hey everybody, sorry for the late introduction. I meant to do this a little earlier, and I had a pre-recorded video, but the pre-recorded video is a little bit embarrassing and maybe a little bit too contrived, so I figured I would just do it on the fly. So welcome, I'm excited to start the semester with you. A couple things I wanted to cover based on what happened this week so far. The first thing is about documenting your type or your work. Please make sure that you find or locate a scanner. Type is super precise. When you take a photo, whether either with your cell phone or with a camera, it skews how that type looks or how it's operating. So please make sure you scan. That's the most accurate way that we can kind of document those things, especially since the next project and a couple of projects in the semester are going to require a scanner. So please make sure you locate one. Either your public library might have one, or a neighbor, or any printer scanner copier. It doesn't really matter. Even if it's only a 72 DPI, an older model, I think it'll be fine. Even though most, I think, do 300 DPI anyway. Number two, thanks so much for sending your Tumblr links. They look great. There's a couple people that haven't done that yet, so make sure you repost. Double check if you posted the correct link. Some of you have links that link just to the Tumblr page, not where your site actually resides, so just double check. I'll be sending you that link or adding it to the announcement shortly. Third thing, the type journal. So most of you did that, and I commented back on most of your work. Make sure that you are doing that. Some of you did the assignment for the week, but not the orientation. So make sure you jump in and finish the orientation and finish those links. So instead of going in and covering or giving you feedback on all of them, I'm going to pick a few examples and kind of throw them up on this video and kind of, you can follow up from there. But this assignment ends this week and we're going to start something new, so this is kind of just a warm-up assignment. I choose a few of your sketches that you've uploaded, specifically the ones that were scanned and the ones that I thought were rendered really well. There's still a few minor mistakes or things to consider, but I'll highlight those and hopefully that'll help you with your own sketches if yours isn't shown here. So the first one I chose is Melissa's. It's pretty nicely rendered. A few things to look out for: make sure that your stems are straight and you're using a ruler. You can see that there's kind of a varied weight to her stem along the M, also the L, and that's pretty important. So make sure you're using a ruler for those things. Moving along, a really nice thing that she noticed that I saw that some of you didn't is that the letters actually drop down below that baseline. If they don't, they give the illusion that they're kind of jumping up. That's compensating for that visual space between the letters. So make sure that you're cognizant of that. The next thing, so watch your spacing. I know when you're drawing you can't really adjust that, so that spacing is called kerning. Here I've kind of highlighted it with a blue circle where there's a little bit too much space in a name, but the rest look pretty good. But that's what the point of the exercise is, that once you put the letter down, you can't really move it. So you're kind of drawing one letter at a time and hoping that those spaces that you're making are correct. Next example, I grabbed Shannon's. Sorry, the res or the file wasn't really high res. You can see there's some rendering issues, but overall it's pretty well done. Here I've highlighted two places where those letters should ascend above the X height. So that's compensated for both on the baseline and the X height or the mean line. You can see same issue with the H on both things, so that stem should be perfectly straight. Sometimes it has a slight curve, so you're going to have to zoom in. Actually, you have printed copies, so you can't really zoom in. It's not vector-based, but you can get the idea. Also, be really careful when you're drawing those bowls or the rounded aspects of the letters. You can see I put the actual letter from Universe there, and you can see kind of where that irregularity is. So just a minor imperfection and things get a little crazy. Same with the O's, so I've highlighted that here too. On to Marin's, really nicely rendered M. I've circled it here. Obviously there's a few things that's hand-drawn, but other than that, it's really well done. You can get a sense of what typeface it is from that letter. Here are things I want you to notice. So none of those letters actually end on either the mean line or the baseline. They actually extend just a little bit below. That's one thing to make sure you're looking out for. So all those letters are actually a little bit smaller, and without those lines actually drawn in, those letters would actually feel as though they're sitting above the baseline, even though they are drawn on the baseline. So it's kind of an illusion that you have to overcome with that, how you draw it. And lastly, the spacing of this one is really good all the way through. Marin on the top, in the middle, and at the end, all really well done. So I've kind of illustrated that. The spaces I've drawn here are all equal. Obviously, you're kind of compensating organic spaces, so that's why kerning or tracking can be a little bit subjective in that one person might find, but this one's a little bit better. But there's a couple different solutions, but I think this one was done pretty well. So that's kind of a summary, or what I wanted to talk about in addressing this assignment is really just an exercise that kind of gets you thinking about letters or how they're made or how meticulous you have to be with rendering them. So the next assignment will be really fun. It's going to be an abstract assignment, and we'll jump into anatomy when we do that. So I'm looking forward to see what you guys come up with next week. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email. Okay? Thank you.